Welcome to this episode of Art Talk. And today we're going to address composition. Well, part one of many of talking about composition. The question that comes back quite often is, I'm trying to fit a subject on my canvas or my drawing paper, and I either run out of space, it's too small, it's too big, it's not in center. Like there's many problems that can happen there. And often is because we start the wrong way. Like I've seen a lot of people start a painting or drawing and put in too much detail right at the beginning. And then it's very difficult to correct once you get into adding more and more, and then you don't want to erase, you don't want to start over. So we'll look at a very, very simple approach to placing a three-dimensional model on a two-dimensional support. Basically, as a visual artist, that's most often what we face when we're trying to figure out how to compose once we've selected a certain composition. So here, let me change pencil here. I'll take one that works. So here, what we'll do in this case, we'll take this model here and we'll transfer it from 3 dimensions to 2 dimensions. And my premise or my goal in this exercise is to fit this model, the whole body, onto the whole page. I could have chosen half a page, a quarter of a page, a little square, whatever. Our goal here, our exercise is to fit this model on the whole page. So basically, very simply, we know that the head is going to be up to about here, and that the feet are going to be about here. It's that simple. Now, we decided that the head would stop there, the feet would stop there. If we start drawing too many details right now, it's going to be messy really quickly. So what we want to do is figure out just a few proportions quickly. If I take my pencil as a measuring tool and I say, well, if I measure the leg and the foot right here in front of me, half of the model is legs and half of the model is hips, torso, neck, and head. Well, my model is missing the head, but we'll invent one. So half down here, half up here, and all we have to do is transpose this here. So what do we want to do? We want to fill the whole page with the model. So, well, it's half and half. So half the page, let's cut the page in two about. Half the page, and we just have to fit this model there. If we want to go in this exercise and go one level more, I look at the legs and I can figure out that about half the leg is the thigh and half the leg is the lower portion of the leg with the foot. So like I could say that the knee is about here, and like this, the other one is a bit higher because the leg is kind of looking a bit in the back. I'll take a picture of the model from my angle, because always it's about what you see, what your angle is. So if I take a picture of the model from here, that's about what I'm seeing. Now, if we look at the upper part of the body, well, right above center, we've got the hips, and then abdomen, upper torso, that's about here, and then we've got one arm going there, one arm going there, one arm going this way, and then the hand is kind of placed behind the model, and one leg here, one leg there, and 2 feet. One head, that's it. If you look at this drawing, it looks like a human being. We didn't try to put any details. We just tried quickly to put bigger elements on our two-dimensional support. Using very simple rule, very quick reference tool, my pencil. Doesn't matter how long your pencil, it could be very small, but one pencil there, one pencil there. That's what I did here. It could have been just a small square here that I have, and I would still have been able to divide it in two, put legs there, upper body, arms, and the head, and I still have the same proportions. Like, you know, it's really easy. All I'm doing, we don't have to talk about what the bones are in the thigh, what the kneecap is called really, how the muscles that support the arms. We're just drawing what we're seeing. And basically we didn't invent, we didn't try to imagine the perfect human being. From this point, we could spend days adding details. We could say, well, you know, the leg is pretty powerful. There's muscle here, and then there's this muscle here. We know the bones. There's a tibia here, and there's, like, you know, it doesn't matter. I'm just goofing around, placing elements, just giving form to my model. And then I'm saying, okay, well, this is a man. The hip, fairly small waist area. That's what I'm looking at. I'm not inventing. I'm just telling you. And that's the upper body, the neck area. The head is right here. And then, as I said, I'm just adding volume to this arm here that goes like this. And then this arm from here that goes like this. See? All I did was add a bit of volume, add a bit of shadows, add a bit of muscle mass, and I'm just looking at what's in front of me. I didn't invent, and you could refine that division process, that composition process, by saying, well, the foot is about 1/2 of the lower leg. So you have the length for your foot. It kind of has to be in proportion to. You have the hand that's about that big. You have the head that's about that big. You can read a lot of material about like how the human body is made, and that will tell you, for example, that on a typical male, the head accounts for 1/8 of the whole body length, and then you can take your. But as soon as, for example, you foreshorten your model, if I was drawing from this angle, I'm just seeing the model from here, and I'm seeing basically the head and the upper torso, the arms, and then nothing else, a bit of the feet. So all these proportions that you learn and that you read about, and that the head has to be so big, that's in exact measurement. But when you just draw what you look at, you can just retake your very simple measuring device and check your proportions. So if I was looking at the model this way, I would see a big round thing, that's the head, a bigger round thing under it, that's kind of a bit bigger, that's the shoulder area and the upper trunk area, and then arms, and then feet, and nothing else. So again, always think what you're trying about your composition, what you're trying to fit in 2 dimension, and just look, use very simple tools, your eyesight, your pencil, and that's it. And it looks like a human being. Then again, as I said, you could spend days and days and days refining your drawing, adding anything you want, adding all the little broderies, all the little intricacies of the actual clothes that the model is wearing. If you're working from a live model, working for photography, you'll see in the next few lessons that will take that composition and go a lot further into detailing what is important, what is not important, what choices you have as a visual artist creating a 2-dimensional representation of what you see or even imagine. We'll talk again soon. Have fun. Thank you for watching.